Good evening, folks. I'm here with my partner Phil Sims in the booth, here to bring you Sunday Night Football. The first game we have tonight is the Romans versus the Christians. In the beginning of the Roman time period, religion used to be a unifying force in society. And then the Christians came in, and they basically said, you either join our team, or we'll kill you. And you see how many people would be like, I don't want to die, so they would join the Christians. And you couldn't just say you are a Christian. No. You have to be a perfect Christian. So if you were a pagan, you're dead. If you were a Christian, you might die unless you were the perfect Christian. And when I say perfect, I'm talking get on your knees and pray at the altar Christian. You better be the best Christian that you can be, son. But you see, this was a problem for many of the Romans because the Roman society used to be polytheistic. And that pretty much means that they believe in like a bunch of gods. And once Christianity became the official religion of Rome, it instilled weak values amongst the community. One of these values being forgiveness. If you forgive someone after they hurt you, you are a weak soul. Weak souls do not belong in the game of war and football. The next large opponent that the Romans had to take on was their own military. The military became mercenary, and that pretty much just means they didn't care about the society anymore, but they were cared about how much money they were putting in their pocket. See, they should be more like Tom Brady. He could be getting $25 million every year, but he took a pay cut to try to get Wes Walker back on his team, but Wes Walker signed with the Broncos! Sorry. Also, when the Roman Empire had new tribes that wanted to join them, they would be open and accepting of them. Except when I say open and accepting, I'm talking the Christian way of open and accepting. Which pretty much means you come here, I'm gonna brainwash you, I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to know how to be the perfect Roman. Just like Peyton Manning taught Wes Welker how to be the perfect Bronco. Sorry. Back to the Romans. You see, what the Romans did mess up is after these tribes joined and they wanted to be part of the military, they would say, okay. And they let the tribal leaders be in charge of their tribe mates, of the other tribe people that came along with them. And you know, I don't know about you, but if I was a tribe leader and you were trying to brainwash my people, I would just leave. And that's essentially what the tribal military leaders did with their people, is they just left. Did not go into battle, did not go into war. They just left. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the game of the night. The Eastern Roman Empire versus the Western Roman Empire. This is crazy. So basically, when the Western Empire hired a horrible head coach that didn't know the difference between a field goal and a touchdown, most of the players from the Western decided to try out for the Eastern team. They generally had better pay, better teammates. They had an amazing head coach, comparable to the great and all-powerful Bill Belichick, summoned by Satan, of course. In the West, basically, the head coach decided to be like, I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want, as long as I'm pleasing the military, a.k.a. the Commissioner of Football, Roger Goodell. Now, if you displease the Commissioner of Football, one of two things is going to happen. Is one, you're going to get fired, a.k.a. assassinated. Or two, he's going to lay a hit on one of your players. It could be your quarterback, could be your entire civilization. I mean, who knows? He's a crazy boy. But you know, there was a third option that nobody saw coming. Even I didn't see it coming. The Western Empire was disbanded. And after this happened, the Eastern Empire tried for about 1,000 years to reclaim the Western Empire. See, the thing that the Eastern Empire had that nobody else had was their amazing offensive line. Or what you know it as is they had an 8-foot tall wall, and then they had a 12-foot tall wall, and then they had a 20-foot tall wall, all with spikes at the bottom of it. So basically, you could not get inside. And nobody thought that anyone would get through until the Goths played against the Eastern Empire. And they had a secret weapon. They built the world's largest cannon and fired upon these huge walls that were impenetrable. They were sacked for the first time in 800 years. And the sad part is, the quarterback is not getting back up from this hit. The offensive line crumbled, and the quarterback tore his ACL and broke his spine. He will never play another game in the NFL. Ever.